So, anyways, let me test the audio. Audio over here. Do we have audio? Do we have good audio? Oh, holy fuck! Why is this loud? Okay, I don't know. It seems, at least to me, it seems to be a little bit loud. But I don't know. I don't really. I don't really. Okay, thank you. I hope you like it, Nasha. Let me. Yeah, I think I everything right. I shouldn't be forgetting about. I yeah, I think we're right. So, anyways, transition, amazing. Here we are. It has been this time for real. It has been a long time since the last stream, you know. Ah, it has been a long time, my lord. Oh, so here we are. Here we are. Get back to this beautiful place, to this beautiful land that is just chatting. Wait, I am even in the correct category? Yeah, just in case. Um, so well, here we are, more properly. Hello everybody, once again. We have, after a minuscule break, we are back into this beautiful thing that is to chat, to spend our time wisely, trying to solve life matters, and I don't know, really thinking about it, you know, really pondering as much as we can, basically, because it has been a long time since we were here. Yet it feels like it was just yesterday, you know. When in reality, no. I know that I kind of took a whole day to not rest properly, but more like try to recuperate myself, you know. And well, anyways, here we are. Here we have it. The potato itself has once again made himself present. So yeah, this is beautiful. This is a one in a million occasion. What? What? Okay. No problem. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Here we're just chatting more than anything else today, so no problem. You know. And also welcome, Rosebud. Welcome. I guess the only kind of thing that I just noticed is I have literally done so little this past day or so. I feel weird thinking, holy fuck, what a beautiful thing it is to stay silent, and what a painful thing it is to start speaking again. Let me, man, what if I learn how to do signal language, I think it is, and I do streams like that instead of speaking. What a boring thing it is to put words. Oh, but anyways, here we are. We have an apple. Let me start eating something meanwhile, because today we have a long day in front of us. We have in reality, I have been already while getting everything else in place, so to speak, to start more properly and all of that. Thinking already. I don't know. I think we have something kind of interesting, mostly because I analyze it. I don't think it is completely, let's say, properly, but I simply have been already thinking a lot about it, and I think we have still a long way in front of us. Let's start there. Um, it really seems like we have progressed more than what I ever expected in some senses, and we're doing pretty fine, I would say. The only kind of worrisome thing is I don't know how to properly announce it. I will need something more aching to. Yeah, the proper planning of everything is very very kind of worrisome, because even if this is something that I personally chose to do, and even if this is something that I personally not only chose to do, but rather wanted to do because I have a deeper, let's say, desire for what it is that we are doing here, I still struggle a lot. Or, I mean, it shouldn't have any connection that to this fact that trying to make this more articulate, not articulate, more structured, robs the funniness out of it, let's say. And I mean, for some people, I think it would be useful to have it like that. But here, I, I, I don't really know. I was going to say, I miss when we were just starting, in a sense, and in reality, it is almost the opposite. Everything is going incredibly well nowadays. I can, let's say, yeah, I think it is more of a self realizing or past analyzing to simply see where it is that we are really standing right now. Because it isn't that we are really doing so bad, or it is that we are going, let's say, to no direction at all. It is rather that as the one who should be taking care of things, I myself somehow forego of my responsibility of really paying attention to my own. I don't know. It is feelings. What it is, I don't really know. But yes, because I need to use what it is. I think that it is. Do we have audio? Okay. In a second, because I need to put this specific part of the apple that is kind of rotten. This is horrible. Let's go, let's go. There it is, there it is. Out with the rotten. There it is. Now I can properly start eating. That was completely rotten. Thank God I didn't eat it. Anyways, let me know for real start eating while speaking. Now, I was okay. Yeah, I was thinking about it and I said, mm, rotten. Yeah, yeah, very rotten. Very, very despicable. That hateful apple. But anyways, and also, sorry, welcome, Pancho. Welcome. I hope, if I am not wrong, you were streaming earlier today, right? So I hope you had a great stream. As the same as Gacha. Mm, but well, I was saying, or I was trying to say, we had a lot of things to work about and to kind of put into place. Mm, I mean, at the end of the day, just having the possibility of hearing about this from my side as a let's say, as the reminder of me, who also is a viewer, I think it is interesting to hear about it. So I will be kind of sorry if somebody didn't really like it, but I think having this is also kind of logical because you still can, or it isn't that you still, you will find in people with my kind of interest to kind of do the same things, and that is right now I was interested in discussing the whole future in the sense of we have some money, we have some money to spend, and we have some money to invest. So this seems very interesting. Mm. And the most funny part of this is being more, mm, yeah, being less meta about the whole view of this or not, and into the topic itself is we have a lot of things that we could try to go for. The only problem is really deciding where to start this from. I'm, I do not properly see where is it that I would like myself to really utilize the fundings that we have so far. Mm, I kind of forgot to say it properly, or well, it isn't that I tried my best, yet I think it comes more from the side of not really sorting out my feelings and things like that, that I still find it like I struggle when I try to say thank you for being gifted the possibility of persevering with this whole thing, you know. And it feels kind of amazing to have the chance. Not really weird. So far, I have been also learned personally to not give in so much to the almost desire of, oh no, as a content creator, as an artist, you are doing something that only others can appreciate because they do not really understand how meaningless it is and blah blah blah. When in reality, kind of the opposite happens. Mm, You yourself, as I have said in other times, you yourself forget what it is that makes you who you are, and because of that action, and because of that personal view on things, you're not really taking into account, that you can do things more incredibly than anyone else in the fields in which you know you are good. Because you know yourself, and because even more you know how it is that you do your things. But taking oneself in such a high esteem, and even more allowing oneself to feel so much of a greatness, let's say, mm, I don't think it is simply frowned upon nowadays. It is more like was a big problem in the past. That is why nowadays we consider that those who are trying to do it in a measured manner are still losing the control over themselves. But I don't think in reality trying to give to ourselves a little bit of praise is that bad. At the end of the day, mm, following the ideology of, or the idea, not the ideology, of you're going to spend the most of your time with those who habitate your mind with those ideas and with those views, and only with one person, and that is yourself. You also need to take real care, let's say, of how it is that you go through your own life, And in that sense, it doesn't really seem like, I don't know, it is not that it is hard. It is rather um, a complex feeling, I would say. Because as individuals, we tend to struggle to properly identify what it is that is happening to us. If we had the chance of really saying, yeah, this is my whole problem, this is the ways in which I can solve it, and this is the ways in which I am already taking action, we wouldn't really be lost so much of the time, and we wouldn't be feeling so sad about our situations, because in reality it only comes from the unknown and from the part of us that still gets kind of lost. Because before really continuing with what I said before, let me clarify this and foremost. For example, one of the best things is I was having mixed feelings over the idea that I am really going to stream right now. I still feel a little bit tired, and okay, it isn't the biggest impediment I have felt, but not only I am tired, I still have to wake up tomorrow, and I still have not to simply wake up. I have to wake up like a how much? When I finish the stream, I will probably have 6 or 5 hours to sleep. So it isn't a real problem when you take into account that only when you really learn how to take care of yourself, even 10 minutes seems, or not simply seem, become the most important tool to properly heal and to properly let go of the, I wouldn't say hard things, but rather the tiredness that we accumulate throughout the day. And yeah, okay, I am completely all over the place. Sorry for that. So let me, before continuing with any idea at all, let me finish the part of investments. We have a lot of things to buy, and we have a lot of things in which we will probably try to invest more. I am happy with this whole idea was what prompted what I was talking about. I am happy with the side that because I do not I do not pay so much attention to the PC, I do not have to worry about the using it. So I am particularly happy with that side. But or well and in reality also we have a lot of other things in which I might try my best to see and try to learn. I haven't properly started to take any information at all about those kind of investments and all of that. So I it isn't that I hope I know. I will have it ready probably by the mid or the end of this week weekdays. And by weekend I will have it done so that just in case prices start to go up once again, as it tends to happen every single week with those kind of mm, invest, investments, no, those kind of markets. I have already bought something and we have already dealt with our side of the story, let's say. But anyways, I don't really know about that so much as I would really like. So we will see. We will see. Mm. But continuing, what I was kind of trying to say before was, you know, the path of solving so many problems and the path of really having life planned out becomes not a boring thing, but rather a lengthy journey in which we decide sometimes not to really engage. And it isn't because, at least as I see it, we do not find it interesting. It is rather because we never learn how interesting it can be. I mean, if you never really tried and nobody really explained to you how much of a game you could have in your life, how much, yeah, in general, how much of things, or yeah, how much things could be different based on your efforts, how is it that I can expect from you to have that desire when I myself have not given to you those tools and I myself have not allowed you to feel for yourself, let's say, that whole side of your, of not your, of the world in general. And that is where it feels completely almost wrong sometimes. Because I never observe people as things that cannot be interacted with. Mm, in that sense, I am not going to get shy about it. I like to observe the world more than anything else. Somehow, I don't think we have any single history as interesting as the world itself. And when you see it and when you observe to such a level how much sometimes people should not really just need the tiniest of the push, the tiniest of the proofs of interest from others and how much that single act can make them decide and even more have interest in progressing with their whole, let's say, objectives, how much that single amount of appreciation is important for others, and how much we struggle to give them properly to those who it isn't that they are needing it, to those who deserve that. Because what is the point? As somebody who has seen the world exist, what is the point in me trying to tell you, yeah, what you're doing is the most stupid thing. I hope you fail the next time you try, and never once again in your whole life try to do this once again, because this was complete garbage. What is the point in me doing that? What do I gain from destroying your hopes, and even more from removing you from the path which you decided was the correct one? Do I really get anything out of it? Do I really? A lot of times when you observe the world, you learn almost to see that it happens not because people really gains something, but rather because those who act in such ways are doing so because they got beforehand or in past times told the same thing. And nowadays it is kind of accepted even that, oh yeah, this person is hurting, therefore, you know, we cannot say anything. If he tells you that what you are doing is bad, and if he tells you that what you are doing is completely wrong, you simply need to hear this person. And I mean, I do not say it in the sense of not your opinion is important, but rather, okay, let's hear what you have to say. And after that, let's get you the help that you're needing, by the way. Because what is the point of me accepting that you are so hurt from your own past while not even trying to do anything about it? I mean, it ends up feeling almost somehow as equally sad as knowing that we live under such a system that we cannot change, when in reality, most of things that happen and most of the immediate effects of our actions are always there. It isn't that we cannot change or we cannot help to change somebody for the better. We cannot try to give somebody some encouraging words. We cannot try to do what we ourselves want because we know it might be useful for the world. What? Where was it that that kind of idea appeared in society? That is kind of the interesting part of this whole thing that I have been trying still to crack open itself. I I still, in a sense, trying to put it in the most exaggerated manner. I have been praying almost every single day to find the response to those kind of questions, no? And I know I am not even close. I know I probably even lack as much knowledge as it can get to be lacked about those things. But at the very least, we're trying. At the very least, we're accepting that part of our work and we're starting to have it solved. In that sense, and I think I already said it, so yeah, I hope to find a response for that specific question. Probably in the next 5 years at best. And I guess, in a sense, I will really need to spend a lot more time than what we have already spent here, or more percentage of my own time than what I am already spending right now on this. If I want to solve that question, really. But I do not think it is that bad, you know. I do not see it as something that will not really be useful to have a response for, let's say. And I don't know. Aside from that, no, sorry. Aside from that, as I was going to say, we still have a lot more of things to try and even more to do. So I hope while I try to solve questions like that one, we will still keep progressing. It isn't, yeah, obviously we're going to keep progressing. So yeah, I don't know. At the very least, we have that out there finally. Because most of the time, I really find it kind of even strange to know that one has a feeling and even an interest in doing things while not really knowing what it is that they want to do and what it is that they, let's say, clearly defined are trying to go for. And I mean, it is it is simple to say, yeah, life is like that, my brother. But why is it that we are kind of like that? Why is it that somehow we struggle to define ourselves? Things that, in the deepest sense, we know we want. Because it isn't that we do not know. We have an interest for this particular objective, or we are trying to get this particular thing done in our lives. It is kind of the opposite sometimes, even. I will guess, okay, I think the response is we have lost the capacity, or what? Do we have it? So to start, I said we lost. Did we ever have that capacity completely developed? It is more like we need to learn how to properly convert our feelings into ideas instead of letting them be what it is that they are right now, let's say. Because it is always easy to simply think and to simply feel like, I am not going to have a heart and I am not going to struggle with this particular next objective. And it is easy to feel like that. But when you have to express that simple feeling that you have, or, well, not simple, feelings are almost never simple. If it, kind of the opposite, if they were simple, we wouldn't really struggle so much with explaining them. But yeah, if we didn't have so much troubles with things like this one, we wouldn't really be needing, or yeah, we wouldn't really be having a necessity for this to be solved. And even less, we wouldn't even be feeling like it needs to really get solved, because it is important to not have to struggle even more with this already. I mean, I still do not completely see. And let's see. Also, sorry, thank you, Milo, for your contribution. I haven't checked that, so I hope it is on. But I never once haven't checked the Barn Hole second version. So thank you. but let's hope it can finally get mm, what it is fulfilled. I don't know. In the act of defining what it is that we feel, I do not think it is that logical to see as a negative thing to want in life to be happy. Because a lot of times people start to tell somehow those who are in the deepest mm, parts of sadness that what you should be focusing yourself and what your life should be about is not happiness. When in reality, I guess mm, a proper way to say it is life shouldn't be about expecting happy things out of everything. I guess that is a more logical way to say it than to simply mm, try to convince anybody that, yeah, you shouldn't really spend your time doing those things which you really feel proud about. It makes literally no sense, I think. Um, I guess in that sense, mm, at least from a personal perspective, I will still say it always comes from fear. We have we are constantly dealing with, mm, let's say, and also welcome back, with part of ourselves that is aware about the fact that we will not properly convey or no, we will not properly get the whole reach or as much reach as we want to really have fears with the things that we say. So that is why in those moments people really feel, or not people, in general as every single human, those who have probably the responses to our problems have already faced so many times the disillusion that is to see that what you really feel sometimes is important. Literally, nobody even tried to pay attention. And in the whole process, you also learn to not force your view on others. And I think, in the way, somehow it gets kind of, I will say, a wrong teaching that you shouldn't really speak so openly about what you see. You should be more secretive and you should be only, so to speak, speaking about your objectives and speaking about your interest with those who you have an intimate relationship with. When in reality, okay, you wish for something, you want something to happen in your life, and you know it perfectly well. Okay, my brother, what about you start talking about it with others? What about you start testing your particular theory, objective, whatever it is in your life or for your life with others, with those who might not even know who the fuck you are, just to see if a random critic and literally words that might as well be only directed at you with the intention of hurting your objective, see if those things have any effect, if at all, on you. When in reality, yeah, I mean, if what you have created is so solid, why would you fear that it will break? And why would you fear or think that, oh yeah, it, if I were to speak out with others, I will crumble. If I were to really try and have it clear, it will be destroyed. I mean, I think about it this way, that particular practice is more useful even than to talk about your objectives with people who hasn't learned how to deconstruct what you just said and to make it into something that you need to analyze. And when you tell about your objectives to people who only has learned through their life, oh wow, you're trying to go for this particular thing. Wow, clap, clap, clap. You're amazing. Wow, wow. When in reality, it is almost a conscious responsibility that somebody is giving you their objectives in their lives. What if you try, and what if you, for the sake of having a good conversation, instead of simply almost forcing the role of a monologue on the other person, what if you decided to engage in conversation, and what if you decided to ask questions? What if you decided to finally, let's say, somebody said that they are going to do with their lives, I don't know, they are going to become engineers, okay? You start to poke some holes there. You see, okay, why is it that you're deciding to go for this particular route in your life? Why is it that you're really interested in doing this instead of this other? I don't know. You can even go for excessively aggressive sometimes questions like, why did you decide to go for something so simple when you have also the possibility, I don't know, of becoming um, a very noble human, or of becoming a very billionaire human and have as much money as you want in the world? Why did you decide to settle down with something so incredibly simple to achieve? You can start to poke almost fun at when you're talking with your questions to see how it is that they are going to defend themselves. Not because you like to fight, but rather I think it comes from the same side, or it should come from the same side of I speak about the things that I have inside myself because I know if I didn't, the world will end up becoming a worse place to go. Mm, Potato will. No, 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 wait, 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 wait. Hear this. You ask about those things because you fear that the other person might not really be, even with themselves, clear about what they want. Because, mm, I mean, to the deepest level will be, for example, when we are really, really, really kids, we tend to have these kind of conversations, you know? We tend to have those ones where we almost interrogate each other all the time, and where we are constantly assessing what it is that someone is trying to go for, what is the objectives that they have, and why is it that if what they are saying sounds like almost a watered down version of something better or something comparatively not so hard to achieve, why is it that it also happened to them, that idea in particular, instead of going for the higher value anything at all? And you do it because you fear that the people may not really, let's say, know and might not really comprehend or see that they are committing, not that they are at fault, but that they haven't observed and even less, let's say, mm, properly, even for themselves, understood what it is that they wanted. Mm, mhm, mhm. I understand, I understand. No problem with that. Mm, And I mean, in that sense, it will kind of, another way to say it would be, you kind of even want to do something like that because if the idea that we haven't really learned in our lives how it is that we want to express our own feelings, it also comes from the side of those people might just have a feeling and might just have a feeling create a desire of doing things in their lives, when in reality they haven't really rationalized what it is that they want to offer and what it is that they want to really commit their whole lives towards. Let's say, mm, and I mean, yeah, in that sense, it will be even kind of useful not to really attribute so much importance to the one who is asking the questions, but more like to the whole society who is able to make almost every single individual an, an active, um, let's say, in the sense of somebody who plays a role, an active actor that is constantly assessing and helping others with, with their own growth, those societies will probably have an easier time than, for example, this one in which we live that decided, you know what, you have no need to worry about yourself. You have no need to think about what it is that you're going to do. We are going to give you these particular options, and you're going to not even only have to choose from them, but you can not worry and you can not think about your life. We are going to provide almost every single thing so that we ourselves who thought about these things won't even try to tell you, yeah, what you're doing will literally only benefit us. You will almost gain nothing. You will be only able to keep barely existing in the things that you already are comfortable on being being alive and consuming, let's say. But if you were to learn and if you were even more to observe that you have the possibility of being more, you can go for them. We're never even going to try and to prohibit you from doing those things. But we have on the other side going to show you this whole side of the world where you almost don't need to think and when you almost don't have the necessity of using almost nothing because yeah, it is so bad and it is so horrible and it is so incredibly negative to spend your energy. Why would you worry? Why would you even think about what it is that you want? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like that, but it also seems like I finished my apple. So let me go throw the apple heart, and we will be back in some seconds. In some, I don't know, probably a minute or so because I need to clean my hand, which is full of apple juice. Tim, I forgot to drink water. I am incredible. Anyways, I am back. Give me a second because I want to drink water. But yes, yeah, I don't think it was that way. It is only that take some time because while I am talking, I am from time to time taking one bite slowly. It also happens. I still have some food on my mouth most of the time when I am eating that I am talking. So I am slowly, very, very, very slowly eating when I am here. I think if I didn't take or well, if I wasn't talking, I will probably like spend 5, 10 minutes at most with an apple like that. So yeah, it is beautiful. Anyways, it is incredibly beautiful too. At least water. At least that is how I see it. It is incredibly great to see and to feel. Let's say to feel what to experience, or well, yeah, in a sense, to feel how it is that when you talk, while you are eating, your whole body takes the act itself of eating in a different way. And well, anyways, going back to the topic itself, I was still wondering what I was going for a second, and I think I don't really want sometimes to get so deep because, as I have said, we have a little bit of a problem, and that is I tend to really keep talking out things which I probably know about myself, and I feel really sad if I am forcing others to not understand anything at all because what I am talking about requires previous knowledge. But even if that is true, I need to say this because it seems interesting to analyze. So yeah, let me do it. While I was going, I was thinking on the last part of this idea, and that was why would anybody want to have a society like this? And I think it comes from the side of somebody in the past, let's say, okay, using a biblical reference, the devil implanted the first seed of evilness, and from there it decided to spread all around the world. Using that whole way as the easiest kind of manner to understand this allegory, it isn't that any particular individual, probably, I will say like this, probably around different parts of the world, different, I didn't want to say it, I don't think it is proper to say, but fake actors did something like this. It is more like, we have, yeah, it is better to take responsibility rather than to neglect it. So let's say like this. But people with intentions not so clear did things that they thought were, yeah, will end up being beneficial for their different societies, and in the process of this they didn't realize how much of a damage they were doing to their whole environment or social environment. And it is because of that nowadays not only those who are still following those ideologies are struggling because there is a really good intention behind what they are doing. And sometimes it is embedded in the whole side of the good intentions, the damage of their actions. Not only them, but also those who got sucked out of their life, those who got robbed out of their possibilities, because they didn't realize early enough that what they were doing wasn't really useful or even enjoyable for anybody. Those people also contribute to the whole idea of, you know, what if instead of giving you courage, I'm giving you the possibility of doing those things which I never really even myself tried to go for. Why would I almost lie to you and tell you, yeah, you can aim for the sky when the one occasion in which I did so in my life, I literally ended up so broken that no, trying to come from a good, uh, from a good side, I will tell you, do not do it. Do not even try to do it because you're going to end up as equally or even worse as I did. And I guess in that whole side, it might also be the idea of we haven't, we still need to develop the capacity of really expressing ourselves because it will be 100, 1,000 times easier to hear from somebody who is trying to deter you from doing things that I already tried. I failed. It felt like the worst thing that has happened to me, and that is why I recommend you never go for something like this instead of a more primitive way that ends up being, no, what you're trying to go for is the most useless thing. How it is that you think what you're going to do is going to have any impact in this world? Why would you even try to think that what you're going to do is going to bear any single fruit? What is your problem? Do you not even have the capacity of observe what has happened already in history? No, there is a literally no need to be so aggressive and let's say to be so condemning about what other people is doing. It is okay that we have our feelings and it is okay that we have that whole side of concern from for and from others. But the ways in which we express those things is what really matters. It literally has no nothing, no meaning, no impact, almost the opposite. Some people will almost feel more fired up because you weren't able to really explain to them, yeah, your efforts are going to be spent on something that will literally give you nothing back instead of simply, or yeah, instead in the opposite side, you simply went for no, what? You're trying to go for this? You're crazy. You're stupid. You're somebody who's incapable of realizing how much of a delusional mind you have. What? Why is it so hard for us to properly try to express those things which we inside of ourselves feel that are true? I mean, most of the time, or it isn't most of the time, I think in almost every single occasion, when you see that somebody is trying to tell you something, possibly from a side that is out of concern for yourself, when they are doing that, no matter what it is, you stop and you hear what their words are. You will not probably be completely interested, and so welcome. Today we have a literally shouting, and in this particular occasion, I am sorry, but you will have to excuse me because I am sleepy as I get. I can't even recollect what I have done about for the last hour or so. I yeah. Let me go back because if I keep saying anything else, I will already lose the idea which I have mentally going on. Yeah, literally sleepy about that. But anyways, the idea was we sometimes struggle so much when we do not see that what they are trying to tell us comes from a place of real concern, that when it happens and when we kind of have the possibility of observing and absorbing those informations, no matter what it is, at the very least we're critical about it. We do not probably take them as the most important things, but we, let's say, take them, see if we can apply them to our lives and let them be. But we don't really worry so much. Or it isn't that we do not worry. We do not see at something that literally has no value for us. Therefore, we should, without even trying to see if it is useful or not, discard that particular opinion. And yeah, I think it tends to happen on a little side note. It tends to happen most of the time. I I love to. I think yeah. In a sense, having the capacity of being semi-sleepy or semi-sleepy, of being sleepy gives the chance to the mind. Oh yeah, to the mind to work on a different plane almost. Because sometimes as it tends to happen, for example, with the Mahabharata, that sometimes I really envision the things that I am talking about. So it really feels like I am in the middle of all of this daydreaming. So yeah, literally stream of consciousness, probably. But well, going back to the whole allegory, if we had the possibility of explaining ourselves in a clearer manner, it will be more useful for everybody involved in this. Even even for those who, not only for those for which we have a concern, but also for those who are trying to guide us with their different concerns. Because we also learn and we also acquire the capacity of saying, I see, I appreciate what it is that you're trying to do with me, but please let me do now what I want and let me do now what I really feel an interest for. I really understand and I really cannot put into words that I will try my best for you to express how much of a greatness it was to have the gift of receiving your help in my that. But even if it is true, I still have to go on my own and I still have things that I have seen already do not match with what you're talking about and do not match with what you're trying to get me to go for. Because even more, I understand and I see and I properly can understand, not only understand, appreciate where it is that your intention is coming from. But your vision is not the same as mine. Your vision sometimes differs so much from what I have inside of me that it cannot even be properly explained sometimes how much of a distraction it is to try and follow what you think could or could not be the best, what you think could or could not be the most useful. Thank you, but now let me go. When you have that capacity and when you find it in yourself, not only the capacity but even more the interest in expressing yourself to such a degree of clearness, the whole ride becomes better for everyone. Because I think it happens in life in general. Why will anybody expect to understand what is happening and even more to think about others when you do not have these kind of explanations in ways that literally evade your normal pathways of thinking and your normal ways of analyzing the reality that you already know? Why would you expect the ones who are trying to guide you to think that you are going to do well if you do not have the capacity of explaining how much of an understanding you have about the vision they carry, the interest they are trying to impregnate yourself with? Why would you think they will kind of want to let you go when you show no signs of development in that sense? And it doesn't mean that you haven't progressed at all. it is kind of the opposite. As individuals, we're always progressing, but if we do not keep in constant check the whole self, not only of knowing what it is that is happening, but also of observing, absorbing, and properly conveying all of that information to others, it ends up dying inside of us. Because what we create doesn't really seem just like a fire. It is more like a collective mm, factor of efforts, one in which every player has the role of cultivating their own fruits or their own food, let's say. And when you cultivate more than what you need, you should start to spread those things. Not because others will gain anything, or because others will start to feel somehow, let's say, the best, because you give them the possibility of feeling like that, but rather because now that you have this, it is time for you to show others that you have this. How will you think, or how will you even wish for others to realize how much of a good thing you have when from the outside? Will you really expect to think that every single person is as equally good as you? Will you even expect others to be as equally capable as you are? It is something I think that is born from the act of realizing how much of a hardship is life, that you understand and that you will more worry unnecessarily about how others are or not capable of managing themselves, that you find in those occasions that they might not really be capable of sustaining themselves. They might not really be capable of solving their own problems. Therefore, I need to take the whole control. I need to drive them. I need to carry them to the solutions that I have already found. When in reality, it is kind of the opposite. You show others that you have your tools, you have your tools, that you have more than simply self-sustaining capacities, and you let others come to you if they need it. You approach those who you really see, and after asking, understand and also name it, and in that moment of the process, it is that you start to really utilize your energies properly. Because over worrying and coding, mm, unnecessarily overthinking the matters of your life will never bear to you any single fruit. Not because what you are doing is or not useful, but rather because what you are using your efforts is being spent on somebody who not only is not capable of understanding how much of an effort it is that you are realizing for them, might not even have a use for them because they are kind of deflecting the different intentions that you are driving toward their lives because they have completely different plans. And maybe, just maybe, we never stop to ask, do you really want me to go full in from the get-go, or will you be happier if I simply allowed you to go and allowed you to wander? And if you really felt like that, come back to me and ask the questions which you want answered. And if I were to at least give me the possibility of being as clear as I can, that yes, you can literally, whenever you want, no matter if it is raining, no matter if it is a sunny day, no matter if there is the worst wind of our lives, no matter if there is a typhoon coming towards us, no matter if I am probably not going to wake up the next day, no matter anything, you can come to me and you can ask. And by asking, it is that I am going to give you the responses that you need. And by asking, it is that I will know how much you're struggling. And I will never even try to judge how much of an struggle you're in. I will simply take what you're saying to me as another problem to solve, and I will give you the possibility of being as clear, as extensive, as deep as you want with your explanation. But I will stop almost taking the role of somebody who is overexerting for the sake of simply trying to solve that which does not want to be solved. And I do not really know. I do not really see it so clear sometimes. Because in in a lot of opportunities, it also from the other side, it seems really like you're neglecting the responsibility of sometimes people may not really have the possibility of, even if they are dying out of because of their problems, going towards you and telling to you what it is that they need help with. And I mean, almost anybody who has lived their lives has seen this happen and has seen somebody who, if they were to accept even the most tiny amount of help, they will get so incredibly better because you have observed what it is that is happening in their lives from your outsider perspective, and it is in that act that you see. It is literally a minimal anatomical change that they have to do to start solving everything. And I guess in that sense, it has two sides. The first one is if we have that capacity with others, why we have kind of the problem of applying that to ourselves? Because even more when you haven't developed the tools to properly assess your problems, you will find yourself more and more lost and more in trouble, as one tends to say. That in one hand, and in the other, why is it that, okay, you have seen this thing which you can interact with, this problem that you think you can properly solve? What is really holding you back from? Okay, it isn't your responsibility, but I don't like the word moral obligation. It seems like the biggest kind of responsibility to implant in any life. So I don't like that word. But let's, for the sake of this argument, use it is your moral obligation to go and help those who you see might really help get somewhere by such a simple kind of action and do it properly. Even more because, okay, you have this particular theory, you have this particular idea, let's try to see if it is correct. And I guess, yeah, in a sense, I don't really know. Does it really come from a side of, wow, the average person is so capable of understanding that you cannot mess with the life of others? I don't think it happens, you know. If we were so capable of understanding how little we should really be playing such a defining role in the life of others, we will also be at the same time understanding how negative it is to insult anyone. And we will really also be capable of seeing how damaging it is to try and direct angry words towards any single person instead of ideas or instead of ideologies or instead of plans towards people. Because bitter words have the capacity of destroying literally a life. And it is okay. You can not subscribe to any single idea, plan, ideology, objective that literally anybody will have in their lives. But it does not give you the capacity, nor the. I don't think it is a gift. I think it is simply the possibility of insulting others. Because the way in which our words affect somebody is not the same way in which our words affect the things that are around those people. If you call an object something stupid, the object will never say, wow, wow, you said something to me. An object is an object no matter what. But a human, somebody who can almost spend days and days and weeks and years thinking about what it is that you said to them, is not in the slightest similar to an object in that sense. And even more, when you do not understand the kind of impact that being so, I don't think it is proper to say mean, because mean is more of a quality that comes from being blunder with your words. It doesn't really mean that you are insulting the people. It is more like you simply have a hard time expressing less harshly your words being mean. So yeah, being so aggressive towards others is the problem. Other things, yeah, are more solvable and more properly, how this, properly solved to the degree to which we can properly, not properly, we can correctly say, yes, this thing is done, we don't have to worry about it anymore. But these kind of situations and these kind of events that permeate the life of everyone are still problems which we have yet to properly solve, and which we have yet to properly put into such a perspective that everyone can finally understand how much of a better thing our life will be, and how much of a horrifying thing it is to still have them existing. Because the problem is not how much of a better thing it will be if we out of nowhere decide, I don't know, to start eating only vegetables, okay? No, because you're doing a sacrifice in that sense. No, how much of a good thing will be to never once again start leaking from pipes and chloric acid, that kind of level of how much of a good thing. Because you're not only not having a good time while you're doing something so incredibly damaging to yourself, you're not having a good time after that, and you are also diminishing your own quality of life and those who are around you, because your actions have such an impact on every single player of such a community that it really gets so bad because of that whole domino effect, that by simply getting rid of one of those kind of habits, our whole self gets more on solid, and our whole self gets better. I think. I don't know. I have one for the last 5 minutes or so, struggling as fuck trying to talk. So I don't know. Let me drink some water. But we will see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't even know what time it is. I have been kind of scared to look once again to the clock, because I feel seeing that it is already 2 a.m. or something like that. It isn't 2 a.m. Okay, we're fine. Water, beautiful. Now, okay, let me say this then. I have this week to work, completely changing topics, obviously. Uh, I have this week to work on this beautiful thing that is the new pin. I think I will start working on it already. The new pin for the Twitter. I think I will not yet invest in the. There is a fucking mosquito in this crazy. I will not yet invest in the whole saga of. Ah! I hit my fucking me. Anyways, I will not invest in anything that is Twitter related. I think I will have First and foremost, I will be, as I said before, spending my time learning how to properly manage all of that. And meanwhile, I don't know. We're going to see what happens. I think so far we did have a great team, and now not only everything else is kind of fine, but also I require a little bit of a break. So yeah, let's see where is it that we can redirect ourselves. A wholly incredible amount of options that is open to us. What the actual wow! Um, my god, why isn't it? It is Monday. Why is everybody alive today? Doesn't everybody have? I don't know. Doesn't everybody decide to go out and tire themselves out on the weekend? What? Man, let me see. Let me see. We're going to read it anyways. It literally has no correlation at all. So yeah, let me get this over here. Right. Look at this beautiful red message. Because yeah, I think I have found someone. I think, but also I am lying a little bit. So let me see. Let me see. You see. Ah no, it isn't that I am lying. It is that my browser almost crashed. So we need to give it a second. Amazing, beautiful internet. This is peak content. Is this working properly? PC, hello. Is this working properly? Yes. Yeah. Okay. It seems to be working properly somehow. So, anyways, let me get this over here. Control C. No, as always. Meanwhile, oh yeah. I mean, this is the part. As always, people, it is thanks to you that we are so thanks for everything. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for hearing. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for every single part of this. You know that if it wasn't for your attention, your appreciation of whatever it is that I decide to say, um, anything of this will not be existing. So yes, also, well, as I said, or well, as I didn't say today, we need to take a break. Personally, I need to go to sleep. So yeah, um, I hope everybody is satisfied with what happened today, because yes, it is now time to rest. In the next occasion, whenever it is that it happens, we will find ourselves here, once again congregated talking about things that will probably be useful for us, probably not also because we never know, but now, yes, time to rest and time, more than anything else, to raid. So yeah, the Angler playing a retro game, I think it is Chrono Trigger, but yes, raid, goodbye, take care, raid. Did I not hit the fucking button? Ah, there it is.